We are making marketing so much harder than it actually needs to be because we're not trusting ourselves. We're not trusting our intuition. We're not lending. And the crazy, annoying thing is that you probably trust yourself in pretty much all other areas of your life, except when it comes to marketing. And that's where we start to feel like imposters. Hey, if we haven't met, I am Rachel, and I talk all about human design and messaging and marketing and all the things on this channel. And I want to tell you before we dive in, I have a Telegram experience coming up June 1st where we are diving into your messaging, why it's not connecting with your clients, how it is actually coming from your conditioning, and how to align it with your human design so that you're attracting amazing clients, sales, all the things. Your offers feel so much easier, marketing feels so much easier. It actually feels like you. If you want to be a part of it, the link is down below. Okay. Most of the women that I work with, and honestly, they're like me, because that's what we do. We end up attracting a lot of the people that are like us. And you don't give up. You really don't. You are like an animal when it comes to your business, and you are not going to give up. There's zero question in your mind of, do I quit or do I keep going? You keep going. And so you get into this business, get into coaching, get into healing, doing whatever your heart is calling you to do. And you hear people saying, this is the way to do it. This is the formula. This is follow this step-by-step approach and you will have success. And you're like, cool, but I also want to do it my way. Maybe this is the MG in me. Maybe this is just the single definition. I don't need anyone else. I am independent part of me, but I don't like having someone tell me what to do. And I feel like you're probably the same way. You have an idea of what you want to do, and it kind of annoys you even looking at what other people are saying. This is how to get success. And you're like, I don't like that. I don't like that way of doing it. And there's actually nothing wrong with this, having this idea, because I actually gave myself a lot of crap for not wanting to do it the way everyone tells you to do it. I love marketing. I study marketing. I look at how other people are marketing, and I can see why it works for someone and why someone else doing that exact same thing isn't going to work, because it's the energy behind the strategy. Strategy is like 10% of the whole equation. Your energy, how you're showing up in that strategy, is actually what is going to make the strategy work. And what happens with us women that are deeply independent, deeply like, I want to do it my way, is that we end up in this like limbo of, see why they're telling me I need to do it this way, but I want to do it my way. And we kind of flip flop back and forth between, okay, I'm going to follow the strategy, but it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like me. I'm going to go back to doing it this way. But will I actually have success doing it that way? I don't know. Like, we end up in this limbo that causes imposter syndrome. It causes us to doubt our own genius. It causes us to doubt the way that we're doing it, what we're saying, all of it, because we're trying to go back and forth. And what I've learned over the years now, especially being on the roof as a sixth line, is that it comes back to how we're embodying our profile in human design and how we're showing up in our marketing. Because again, if we are trying to put ourselves into a box, into a formula that doesn't work with our energy, it is going to cause us to go off the rails and feel like it's not working, feel like we're like performing. We hate it. We don't want to show up. We don't know what to say. Instead, just freaking trusting ourselves. Gosh, all the time I could save myself if I just freaking trusted myself. Lord, have mercy. It was a hard lesson to learn. Trusting myself in the way that I actually wanted to show up. And so in this episode, I want to talk about your profile line and how it actually is a clue to the way that you want to show up, so that it doesn't feel like you're an imposter performing, and you can actually be yourself in your marketing. Okay. Now, in human design, your profile is kind of like, it's like your personality. in a way, but it's the way that people perceive you. It's the way that you can structure your messaging, because at each of the profile lines is a little bit different, a little bit has something unique to say. Okay. We have 2 numbers in your profile line. You'll see when you get your own chart, or if you download the codex, which the codex is my custom report on how to use your human design in your messaging. It's down below if you are interested in that. But it'll say profile, it'll say like 254613. It'll have 2 numbers. One is conscious and one is unconscious. The first is conscious, the second is unconscious. They both are important. I don't want you to think that they aren't important. I'm only going to break them down line by line. So it's 1 through 6. There's only 6 lines, but there's different combinations, like 12 combinations of how these lines go together. That is a discussion for a whole nother day, but in your codex report, it will tell you how to put these 2 numbers together. In this episode, I'm only going to be talking about them like line by line. It just simplifies things. And if you really want to dig in how they work together, obviously that's what you do in my programs, is learn how to use all these different aspects in your messaging as like everything coming together, because human design is not just one aspect. It is all the aspects together and how they work together. That is the point. And that's also what the point is of the frequency lab, the challenge, the Telegram challenge starting June 1st, is we're going to look at all these aspects together, and you'll have access to Athena bot, who's programmed on human design, and understanding. She's going to show you how you're performing in your messaging, how your marketing is not in alignment, and how to align it to your human design. But I digress. This is the work that I do day in and day out with clients, is really pulling all of the pieces of your human design into a cohesive message so it works. All these different parts, I talk about them separately in YouTube videos because it's a lot, number 1. But 2, like, understanding how they work together is so unique to you that getting a mass video doesn't work. Like, that's why I have the codex. That's why I have the frequency lab, because they allow us to get deeper into the conversation and really put things together. Okay, back to the lines. So when we are performing, when it feels like we're not being ourselves, we're being imposters in our content, we're not showing up as ourselves, is because there's a frequency mismatch in how you're showing up versus how you actually want to be, your intuition, your natural way of expressing. With line 1, so we're going to start with line 1s. If you have a 1 in your profile, you're an educator. You are here to give us the freaking cliff notes. You have researched, done all the in-depth understanding of what is going on, and you're here to help educate, make it simple. Take all of that crazy knowledge and condense it into something that we can all understand in a really simple way. I feel like, I don't know, but there's some people I follow that talk about quantum physics and design on YouTube, and they break it down so simply. And I should just ask them, because I feel like they have to be a one line. They've done the research on quantum physics and how the mind works and the universe works. And now they're coming and saying, hey, here's how this works and here's how you can use it. That is a one line. The one line, though, gets stuck in thinking that they don't know enough, that they can't show up and just talk about the knowledge that they have, that they somehow need more certifications, or there's some knowledge that they're missing, and there's not. And also, just being authentic can feel really hard for a one line. They're like, I don't know what that means. They're like, I want to share my knowledge. What does that mean to be authentic? And it's because the stuff that you're sharing is authentic, right? I want you to think about the knowledge that you're sharing. That is you being authentic. Okay. All right. Line 2s are the natural. They have this secret ability, it's almost infuriating if you're not a 2-line, because the 2 lines just show up. They just know what they're really good at. Even if they can't tell you exactly, this is what I'm really good at just yet. But I would say if you are a 2-line and you've been in business for a certain amount of time, you know what you're really good at with clients. You can just show up, and it happens in a session without you even thinking about it. If you're a 2-line and you're like, I don't know what I'm good at, ask your clients, what do they get out of sessions with you? What changes for them? That's a clue to what you are naturally just really gifted at doing. The trap with twos, though, is that you over explain a process or a step by step. That's like not your job. You're not here to tell someone the step by step process. That's not the two, and that will like gum up the twos expression. I want you to stop trying to teach. I want you to show up. I want you to just show up and share, hey, this is what I'm really good at. This is what I noticed. This is what happened in a session. Allow yourself to be and show up in your gifts. Okay. I know that can be hard as a two when you don't know what your gift is. Okay. Line threes are the been there, done that. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. You have lived it, failed at it, did all the things. You figured it out. You have to share that. Okay. You have to share the trial and error. I feel like I've noticed a lot of like personal brands blowing up on Instagram saying like, I'm doing this and I'm taking you along for the ride. That is so 3-line. If you're a 3-line, think about what can you create in your business that you can bring people along for the ride. You are here to get messy and make mistakes and show us all that it's okay to make mistakes and that you learn from it and that they can learn from your mistakes. Where you get trapped is thinking that things have to be perfect and polished. They don't. Okay. They absolutely do not. Like the messier, dare I say, the better as a 3-line. Okay. 4th lines, your connectors are here to share from your heart, to connect with your people, be conversational, be real and raw with them. It doesn't, again, have to be polished. You are just like, you're the bestie. You're the friend that you come to when it hits the fan and you need someone. You are conversational, so conversational. But what trips up the 4th lines is kind of feeling detached from their community, detached from their audience, feeling like they need to just broadcast and be the authority. I kind of fell into this trap because I'm a 4/6. I fell into this trap a little bit where I felt like I wanted like a more higher level premium client. And so I felt like I had to be an authority. I had to like, okay, this is my expertise. And instead of just being with the people, communicating and sharing and kind of not being in the trenches, that's not what I'm talking about, but it's more of like we're on the same page here. I have a gift, you have a gift, and my gift can help you. Your gift can help me. And there's more of a community aspect to it. Does that make sense? Okay. Line 5s, the heretic. But really, you're here for solutions. You are here to give us a simple freaking solution. What happens with 5th lines is you get stuck thinking that you are like, you're over explaining. You're going too deep and too nuanced and too complex. No, stay in your lane, girl. Simple solutions. Simple solutions. Say it really easy, simple, clear. The depth, though, is when they are inside of your container, but your marketing is simple and clear and concise. You can get deeper and nuanced inside of the work, okay? When you try to convey how deep your work is, you just get people going, what? Or wait, you have to convince them more in order to get them into your containers versus being really simple. But then once they're inside, going, okay, you are going to get that simple solution, but there's some things you need to know first. Okay, line 6 is the last line. Line 6, the role model. So line 6s have 3 phases in their life. If you don't know this about a line 6, you have 3 phases where the first phase before 30, you're a trial and error. You're kind of like a 3, sort of, but you are out there making mistakes, messing up. And 30 to 55, you go on the roof. You have to learn and embody the lessons of your life. The first 30 years, even into the on the roof lessons. Embodiment is the biggest lesson I want you to understand. The biggest takeaway from this is that as a 6th line, if you are not embodying your lessons, if you are just out here trying to make a business, trying to make money, that's not going to go well, because your role, you're here to embody the life lessons and be a role model. Live those lessons. You don't have to actually come out and be anything. You don't have to be the expert or be the authority or any of that. You simply show up as being yourself, sharing your wisdom, sharing your life lessons in that embodied state, like knowing, this is my truth. This is just simply my truth. I don't care like I care that it lands in a way, like I want it to land for sure, but I'm not here to make it comfortable for you. I'm here just to be myself, if that makes sense. Like I don't care if you like what I have to say or not. Like it is my truth. And the people that resonate will stay and the people that don't will go. And that's perfectly okay. Like I'm not making that mean anything about me and there's no boundaries. It's not like, yeah. Okay. So with those 6 lines, do you see how if you are showing some either in that lower expression, the thing that's getting stuck on, or maybe you're a line 5. So say you're a 2-5, but you think that you have to have certifications and you have to be giving people like all the research and stuff like that. That's not your role. That's not the thing that you're here to do. You're here to show up as your natural gifted self, giving someone a really simple solution. Okay. When you're stepping outside of that and trying to show up and market in a way that's different than that, that's when it feels like you're an imposter. It's where it feels like you're performing, where you're trying to be something that you're not. This is why I freaking love human design because it shows us how the way that feels the most natural to us. I've never found any other system. Astrology is great for some things, but human design really does show you how you want to operate, how your authentic self really does express and is itself. If I, as a 4-6 sacral many gen, were to try to do the research, number one, I don't do research. I just don't. It's not my thing. But if I were to say, want to research something and really understand it, that's honestly, it's not how I even learn. I want to learn through doing and through experiencing things with people. Like the more conversations that I have as a 4, the more that I kind of work through the embodiment aspects of things and learn lessons and integrate it into my being, the more that it just feels like me, feels like my natural self versus trying to do the research, be an expert. It's not me. Sorry. Right. And here's where I want to leave it with you, because when we think that our marketing has to be something that we are not, where we have to be an expert, we have to be put on a show or whatever, it creates this gap between how we actually want to show up, our authentic self, and what we think. And that gap is why marketing feels so hard. It's the gap that makes your success that much harder. And I now more than ever, we cannot just bulldoze our way through. And I think you know this. This is why you've been searching for the right strategy, but also realizing that like it's not the strategy, it's how you're showing up in it. It's how you are being in it. And the bigger this gap is, the bigger it feels, like the harder the marketing feels, the more that your soul is really calling you to step into your authentic self, to step into how you are meant to market, how you are meant to show up and articulate your work. This is my work. This is what I'm here to do, is to help you do this, help you show up in your marketing in a way that feels like you, that then also obviously resonates with your clients, gets the sales, has the containers filling up, like all the like 3D stuff, but it all starts with you. Always. All right. Come join me in the Telegram group. I would absolutely love to see you there. It's going to be so good. I have so much stuff to talk about and share with you. And Athena, the Athena bot, she is so good. Everyone that has ever used her is like, this is mind blowing how accurate she is at telling me where I get stuck, where I'm overthinking, where I'm performing, where I'm like trying to get people to like it or understand it, and then shifting it to, no, this is what my natural expression is. This is actually how I want to show up. She's freaking amazing. So come join us. It's going to be amazing. And I'll see you in the next episode.
Your voice is the portal, not the plan, not the template, not the trend.